pictures with Angela and Wayne, and we have just left our friends in Javier where we spent New Year's with them, and we are on our way, and it's an hour, it's below Barcelona and it's north of Tarragona. This is Toby in the back. He always gets a little bit anxious when we first start off, but he settles down within 10 minutes. So we've got about 4.5 hour drive from where we are, but we are spending 3 nights on Villanova camping park. So we've got 3 nights there before we eventually head home. We've really enjoyed, this was a taster for us, really enjoyed 3 weeks travelling mainly through Spain. And it was only a small part of Spain, but it's given us a taste of what is out there and what we can do, and a bit of a break before we have to start work. So there's Wayne concentrating on his driving. So if anything happens along route, if we stop anywhere or we see any nice scenery, we'll try and film it for you. We are going down a really tight bend. This was really tight coming up, and it's always a bit nerve-wracking going back down. Look, see this one coming around the corner? So we just have to hope no one's going really fast like that van. There we go. Tight bend out the way, beautiful views in the distance because our friends live quite up in the hills in Javier. So the views coming down are absolutely awesome. We never made it down to the coast, but we have been there before, and it's really lovely. If we ever venture back, we'll probably have a week here and do some of the coastline and venture out a little bit. So it's really beautiful. It's very green here because apparently they do get a bit of rain. That's why it's so green. Here, I think there's an outdoor pool. They're still doing building work here, so there's obviously more going on. And you have a supermarket up here, and we're just going to check the restaurant out because I think there's a set meal and a singer tomorrow night. It's a massive site. We have seen another pool on the site as well. Let's have a look at this. There we go. That's the new pool that they're building at the moment, and this is the one. This is probably lovely in the summer. Obviously it's a bit too cold in the winter to use it. Yeah, there we go. We're just going to check the restaurant out. So in the summer it must be really buzzing up here because they've got a stage with a screen. They've probably got all tables and chairs out here in the summer, so it's a really nice site. Obviously you pay for it because they've got entertainment. They've got a wellness spa, they have classes, and nice restaurant tomorrow. As I said, there's a guitarist and a singer. So if I can zoom in close, I don't know if you can see that. In there, there's a restaurant. Yeah. Wayne and Toby, and we have our bikes out today. So today we're off to explore the area. We're going to try and head for the seafront. We think there's a little town with cafes and bars because we're starving and we haven't eaten yet. And we're going to explore the area. It's about a 30-minute ride from here, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it might be 30 minutes.
30 minutes roughly, so we don't want to walk it, that's why we're taking the bikes. Anyway, we'll show you when we get there. So we found a nice place for lunch, and they do like what they call a brunch. So we've ordered sandwich pulled pork, which we'll show you when it comes out. I don't actually know what it's called. So this is the view we got today whilst having our lunch. I would just like to be nosy on one of those. They're amazing. this is what our lunch looks like. It's like a pulled pork with cheese and bacon and chips. Yeah, and a cappuccino. And Wayne's got the same.
Snap.
So we didn't have breakfast, and this is breakfast come lunch. That's where we stopped and had a nice lunch. I think it's called Feeling. It says it on the front door. They do like a brunch menu. Very Christmassy. Yeah, they braved it. Oh, it's freezing. They run back at him. Good on them. So we're down this end of Spain, which is about 20 minutes from Barcelona. It's really cold actually. It is winter here, so what can we expect? We're on the beach and we've got our quilted Patagonias on because we are cold. Right, so still a lovely day. Still nice to get down here. Toby's having the best time. Having a run. And this is a dog-friendly beach. Loads of dogs running around, so it's just so nice to let him have a bit of a run. Loves it. So we're just having a little wander up here so that he settles back down again, because he's in Wayne's backpack on the bike, which Wayne has on the back. It's got a mesh on it, so he puts his head out. Been really handy, that backpack, whilst we're on this holiday, as otherwise we couldn't take him on the tram or the train without it, and we've been able to go on the scooters and the bikes with it. So as you can see, it's got a mesh. We've got our bike helmets in there at the moment, and yeah, it's been really good. Oscar Esruga. There's a big ball with a person inside. It doesn't look like a man, it's like a woman. So I wondered if he was a famous bullfighter. Ah, there's more here. I can't read Spanish. Yeah, it's a lady, it's not a man. So Toby's had a good run. Should be nice and ready to go and sit back in the backpack. And our bikes are strapped in up there. So we've had a nice walk along the beach. It's been lovely. And now we're going to head and probably find another drink if we can. There it goes. See you in a minute. Tuck his feet in first, his back feet. Get his strap, and then he normally sits down. Good boy. Sit down then. Sit down. Oh, you've had a good old run. Put your strap on. There we go. Tie him up. He's all secure in there. And he is quite happy sitting in there. He's got a nice little cushion. There you go. There you go. There's Toby in the backpack. You alright in there, mate? You happy? Yeah? Come on then, we're going to get on the bikes. So that's the bit we was just on down there. And this is showing you the bays where it elevated. And up here. So we have just come up from there, which is at the back of the apartments. There's like a ramp up here. So today we've headed down on our scooters. Toby in the backpack once again. There he is. So we're headed down on our scooters to go the other side of the bays where we're staying. And as you can see, there's sunshine behind those grey clouds. So we are a little bit wrapped up today. It's got a little bit cooler, and it always is cooler near the coast. The area, it's not bad. I don't want to run it down, but it's probably the campsite we will show you later. The campsite is lovely, but it's quite inland, so it's a good, I don't know, 40-minute walk down to the beach, and about an hour down to the beach. If you've got a bike or a scooter as we have, it's 15-20 minutes. So you're inland if you stay at that campsite, which we will do a campsite tour. Having said that, if you want it not so touristy, then this is the place for you. If you like a nice restaurant or a shop, we haven't seen many. We are yet to head up to the coastline to my right. We're going to head along that way and have a little look to see if we can see any shops, restaurants, bars. Don't know what it's like in the summer, but in the winter it's quite dead. There's a lot of things shut up in the winter along the coast. So as I said, I can't speak for what it's like in the summer, because obviously we're not here in the summer. A lot of residential buildings like this one here. And these are our scooters we're headed down on. So just to give you an idea of the map, so these are all the little bay inlets, and that is the name of the beach we're on. And that gives you, and it's not a doggy beach, so you can't take dogs on there, where you could further up. Where we went yesterday, the marina's in the distance, and we could take the dog on the beach, and he loved it. So we're going to have a look further along the coast and see whether we can give Toby a run. Right, so now we've made it onto the beach to give Toby a run. And this one's okay. Just been talking to a few ladies up there from England that live here. Toby's having fun. He's been chasing dogs on the beach. The water, although it's winter and it seems a bit rough, is so blue. In the summer it must be turquoise. It's just so clear. You can see it's clear and it's winter. We found the coastline with a few bars and that on there. So there's over there, if you can see my finger pointing, there's like a cafe bar. They always serve coffee and beer, and there's two here. So there is a couple open. This little part is really nice actually. You can imagine it being a really good little summer spot. So this bit's really nice, all these little bays. Just shot up here on my scooter, and this is Villanova Park, and we are staying here for 3 days. And this is the toilet and washroom facility. So they've got loads of cubicles with basins, and then round the other side is your toilets. Now you can get in either way. So this is an idea of the toilet, so everything's clean and nice. So that's your toilet area. So you have your wash basin area. There's loads of these wash basins, but I will then show you the shower facility. So if you come out of here, these are the showers, and they're all clean and lovely. Just basic. So these are your shower area. Plenty of showers to use. And now I'll take you down and show you where the washing up area is. Bin day, the bins need emptying. Wine's up there at the moment. So this is, we haven't used this because we haven't needed to. Hello. This is your washing up area. These are nifty. Look, it's an ironing board area and hand washing. So lots of places have these hand washing sinks, which is really good. So this is like your ironing board area and your washing up area. And it's duplicated for the men down here. So the men have their toilet facility and shower facility, and then round the corner is your Elsan. Okay, off to the restaurant. This is your supermarket. It's only open in the winter between I think 9 and 1, and then it opens again at 5 till 7. So we come yesterday, and we don't know if it was because it was New Year. It wasn't very well stocked, but I think they were waiting for a delivery. Anyway, we're going to take you up to the restaurant and the laundrette. And we booked in tonight for 6 o'clock, so that's an hour and a half away. And they have little concessions here, food station and a galleria, so that's probably an ice cream place. So have it all going up on here in the summer. Obviously a lot of it's shut for the winter, but you know, it's lovely and warm today. I had to take my jacket off. I have got a fleecy on, but it's still very mild, to be honest with you. It was colder yesterday, so for a winter sun, it's really nice. Anyway, we're going to go home and get ready because we go to the restaurant tonight for 6 o'clock. We then have to move on and get up early for the morning because we have a vet's appointment and we're off to Lorette de Mar. So we're in the vets in Lorette de Mar, and I'll take the name as we go out. Ready for Toby. Right. So vet's all good, worming tablet done, heading back through France now. We've just stopped at a Lidl, which obviously they're very European. I had them in the UK, so we had nothing to eat, so we bought pastries and fresh orange. And we're literally on the app for camping card, where we're going to stay. It should be about a 3-hour drive, is it? 3.5 hour? 3.5 hour drive up to through France, isn't it? And then we're going to make a nice dinner tonight, and then head off again early in the morning. just pulled up to our campsite near Avignon, past Montpellier. We're just waiting to go in. Someone else is waiting to go in. They're just sorting their ticket out. We think there was meant to be 10 spaces left, so we're hoping there still is a space for us. But look at this tree-lined avenue. There's all the motorhomes in there, so we're just waiting to pull in. So after a few hours driving today, about 5 or 6, we've ended up in a region called Avignon in France. I'll show you a little bit tomorrow. It was a camping car park site. It's cost us €14 for electric and water. We've plugged into the electric. We're not sure where the water is. Anyway, Wayne wanted to stop at Lidl's on the way, and he said, I really fancy a roast dinner. Now, when you've been away a while, we did have a roast on Christmas Day, obviously. He does cook up a mean roast. So let's have a look what you can cook up in a motorhome. Look at that! A beef roast with Yorkshire puds. Homemade, not Aunt Bessie's. Homemade Yorkshire puds.
Lovely. Yeah, we had a roast dinner Christmas Day, and then that was it. And then you go out, you have your chicken and chips, your ribs, risotto, paella, normal stuff, which is excellent. You need a roast again.
Yeah. What you got to wash it down?
2 weeks. That's why we never found the water. We didn't need to find the water because we found the wine.
A bit of Rioja to say goodbye to Spain. So we're going to crack on and eat this. We are going to try and get some sort of early night after we've cleared up, because look, I do need to clear the mess up, so I will be the dishwasher after.
That's the oven, look.
Oven no bigger than a microwave.
You can do it.
You can eat, you can live in a motorhome. I do find a lot of things I've done on the hob, but Wayne's used the oven quite a bit. There you go. Okay, so it's the morning we set off, and I'll just quickly show you the camping card site we were on last night in France. So this is down near Avignon. There we are. And it's not a big site, but it says it holds 30. Quite a few people have moved off already. And it's about 8:30 this morning. Not a bad site. Seems like you have to be on these pitches between 4 and 5 because they just get packed. So people in the winter want to get on them before it's dark. So I'll just show you. This is where we come in. And there's a little town and a restaurant next door. We had already bought dinner before we realised we might have tried the restaurant. So there's the tree-lined avenue, which is really unusual trees. And literally a couple of minutes down the road, you had McDonald's, Lidl's, and another supermarket, a Carrefour, I think. So it's quite a bit just on your way in. So as long as you time it that they're open. And in here, so you drive into this section, and that's where you fill up with your water, but you have to have your card, and you get rid of your toilet waste. So it's literally, that's on the outside. Obviously the electric you use is next to your pitch. So I don't know if I'll show you back in there in a second. So that's where you get rid of your water, your toilet, and you fill up with your water. And I'll go back over to the motorhome and I'll show you what the electric is on each pitch. And this one was €14 a night. Some of them are cheaper, some of them are about 10. I think the one we stayed on was about £9.90 in English money. So each pitch has electric. So you have electric hookup, and there's Wayne. So we're off. We're off this morning. Further up, we're hoping to stop at Dijon. So we're hoping to stop at Dijon for tonight, because we only want to do about 5 hours drive, and then hopefully go out for a walk, because we might be there a bit earlier. So see you and take you along route. It's torrential rain in France. It was raining all last night. So we've arrived at our second camping card site, and we have found they're all based in little villages. So this one down the road had a little Lidl's, an Intermarché, a McDonald's, 2 petrol stations which we needed because we were desperate for diesel. So this is what it backs onto, and most of them will probably be really lovely in the summer. We were the first to arrive, so we actually got pitched by the entrance. So it has the same facilities over there, where you can empty your grey waste, your toilet, fill up with water, and we have got electric. So this is the site. There's only a few people on here at the moment. Yeah, and we've just parked here for tonight, and we've got electric, as I said, which is really handy. This one cost us €13.65. So I'm going to crack on and make dinner, because I'm going to do a 1-pot rice dinner tonight. Good morning. We've just left a stopover that I showed you last night. Yeah, it was a really good stopover actually, that one. The only problem we had was we were lucky we filled up with water when we got there, but the power went, so we had to use our gas, and we're pleased it's our last day of the journey, because we were trying to save our gas. That's why we was paying for electric. So it is our last day, so we just went over to gas, and but there was no electric, so people couldn't then get the water from the tap, because it comes on like a pump that's run by electric. But we'd filled up when we got there, so all I'm going to do is email them and say, like, we paid for electric but we never got it, and I'm sure everyone else would do the same. Anyway, but it was a good little stopover. We're heading off. It's 12 minutes past 8 this morning. We will be getting to Calais earlier than predicted, but that's fine. We'll either sit and wait at Calais, or hopefully they might let us squeeze us on if they have space on the early ones. So this is what it's like at 8:15 on a French morning. It's still very dark. Now in the UK we're used to what they call light saving times, so they change the clocks twice a year. So in England it would normally be like this, quite dark, but we have it where the clocks go forward and backwards twice a year, so it's earlier for us but gets dark at 4 o'clock, where over here it gets dark at 5 obviously. So we're just finding our way through these little narrow streets, and they're pretty cute actually. Loads of birds up there. Toby gets a little bit anxious when we first set off, but he does settle down. He just gets a little bit moany when we first set off. Oh, it's a nice little village. All these stopovers always end up being in lovely little villages. So if you do fancy a walk out while you're in your caravan motorhome, or motorhome really, then stopovers are, aren't they? They're always set in little villages. And there's normally shops and things in them. It's a lovely little village, this one. Anyway, if anything happens along the route, I will film it, and if not, we will see you at Le Chateau. So this is where we are again. We're back on the train in the Eurotunnel in France, waiting to go back through to the UK. So this is where we'll be ending it now for our Spanish road trip, first time in the motorhome. And yeah, hopefully you can take something out of the videos that we do, and any recommendations, we'll always drop us a comment and we'll always get back to you. So anything to say?
Yes, awesome trip. 3 weeks in Spain, journey through France all the way down to Alicante. Stayed in Benidorm, which was absolutely fantastic. Much better than we thought, actually. Really, really nice place. Up to Lloret de Mar to get Toby's pet passport, which we don't think is valid. Angela will explain why. However, really good journey back. Couple of days through Spain and France to get up to Calais, and on the Eurotunnel we were early. It was 4 hours early, 4 or 5 hours early actually, and we had to pay an additional 130 euros to get the earlier train. The earlier trains are more expensive than the later ones. We booked the one for 8 o'clock at night. Managed to get the 4 o'clock ferry, 4 o'clock train, so we're going to be home earlier than we thought, which is really lovely. But yeah, highly recommend. Take your motorhome down to Spain. Driving's absolutely simple. It is a long way. Driving's very, very easy. Weather's gorgeous, well worth doing.
Right, just to quickly recap on the pet passport, I need to email the vets that issued the pet passport. We knew we had to go back in on our animal health check certificate, but you give over the pet passport for them to stamp it. Now, they couldn't stamp it because the vets that issued it to us, they gave it and they filled it out, but they haven't given him an immunisation of anything. So they have to give him at least an immunisation and stamp it. So whether it's a rabies booster or an immunisation and stamp it, and then it would have been valid. But we paid out for a pet passport and it's not actually valid. So I'm going to write an email to the vets that we went to. Might have been a bit of a language barrier difference, but I did explain over email what we wanted it for. Anyway, so we're going to see how we get on with that. So there are loads of places that we know of people getting pet passports. And we know a few people got them in Benidorm. So yeah, we was hoping to have it because we want to do a trip to Ireland and go in via Dublin, which means we now have to do, if we can't get that one valid, that we now have to do another animal health check certificate to get into Dublin and travel around Southern Ireland. So watch this space and we'll keep you posted and updated on how we go with that. Anyway, we're going to say goodbye for now. If you like our videos, please give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, and don't forget to subscribe, because there's lots of people that watch it that don't subscribe, and we would love you to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you will know when we are next uploading. You all right? So we will see you all on our next adventures. Bye.